So we got the Renato Sanches card. Let's have a look if he really is worth the money that he is. Now, first of all, we're going to look at his card straight away, and I think they've done definitely the right choice over here. They're giving him a 5-star weak foot, as opposed to the 5-star skill moves, which I prefer. High, right-footed. Honestly, one of the best combinations you can get for a centre mid. High, right-footed, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. A perfect centre mid. And we go over his stats. This is when things get, to be honest, out of control. 88 sprint speed, 88 acceleration, fantastic shooting, good shot power and long shots. For a centre mid, the most important thing is long shots and shot power from outside the box. Not finishing, because finishing stat only takes into account when you're shooting inside the box. So, it's got the perfect shooting for outside the box. 5-star weak foot can shoot on either foot. Really good short passing, really good long passing, good crossing, good vision. Got all the passing stats that you do need. His curve is lacking a little bit, but it's not the end of the world because he's going to play as a central player. He's not going to be playing as a left back or a right back or a right CDM unless you're doing a driven through balls down a wing. But I think that will still be good enough for a driven through ball. And of course, I think he's perfect. Dribbling, 84 agility, 99 balance, 84 reactions, 89 ball control, 92 dribbling, 84 composure. I think he's, I don't even need to speak anymore. 99 balance. Listen, that is... I got his inform card. Let me tell you, I got his inform card. His inform is good enough already. Interceptions, he's got 82 interceptions, 85 defense awareness, 85 stand tackling, and 75 slide tackling. And we go over his physicality. 91 jumping, 97 stamina, 86 strength, and 93 aggression. I am honestly shell-shocked about how good he is. Player traits, he has really nothing. Flair, that's all he has. Now, before I get on to how much he costs, I want to tell you something, okay? I've had this Renato Sanches in form on my team. I've not sold him because he's that good. I know I've lost about 150k on him, wherever he's like 50k now, wherever he is. But he is so good. I've played him for so many matches, and I cannot sell him because he's that good. He's on the bench right now because I don't really feel a need to use him per se. But having a look at this card itself, now let's have a look at the main thing. The price. How much for 85, 86, 87? You know what? That's not that bad. Fair play to EA. I think that should be, if I'm not mistaken, around about 600k. Could be anywhere within that region. But I'll be honest, I think he's priced quite accordingly. If we go over just to look at some other, before I look at his cards, you can see, for example, Marco Reus was around about 600k. Roughly doing the same thing. You know, you needed, for the Marco Reus, you needed I think you needed an 87 if I'm not mistaken as well. You need 87 rated for Marco Reus. 87, 85. 1 second, let me double check. I'm just double checking Marco Reus because I'm pretty sure we need the exact same requirements for him. So if it is, that means he's probably the same price. We need an 85 for him. What else did we need for him? Let's have a look. 85, 87. There isn't really anyone else that can really contest with him, in all honesty. So I'm not gonna say to you, you know what, don't get him, because no matter what price he is, if you can afford him, most definitely get him. Yeah, so Marco Reus was 87. 85 and 80 and 84, so maybe he's a bit more. Maybe we're looking around about, I would say maybe 800k, but still, for 800k, I think he's one of the best centre mids that you can get in the game right now. Probably top 5 centre mids. The pack rewards is really nothing. You don't get anything for it, but I'll be honest, I think he's very much an extremely good card. There isn't really anyone that's, okay, you can't really compare him. This is the thing. You can't compare him to anyone else because there's no one out there that's good as him. You know, even if we look at maybe Atal is maybe the only card that I'm thinking that maybe you can contend with, maybe. Just the simple fact that Atal has 5-star. In fact, let's see if Footbin has the card out already. We can actually compare it right now. I also want to compare Renato Sanches to his standard card, not the inform. I'm talking about his road to the final card. But that card might be not too bad. Let's have a look. So if we compare him to his 84 rated card, first and foremost. So you can see his shooting has gone up exponentially. Well, not exponentially, I suppose he's gone up by +4. But +4 is still massive. Of course, he's got the agility and balance boost. He's got loads of the defending boost, the +4s, and his passing is what's gone up. Mainly his free kick accuracy and his curve that's gone up, and his sprint speed. That is the thing. This card is 84 rated, and he cost around 366,000. In my opinion, go buy this Renato Sanches. It's not worth, in my opinion, doing the SBC if you haven't used him yet. Only get Renato Sanches if you used him in game and you know what he feels like. He's fantastic. I don't need to tell you to not get him, but I'm just saying buy this card first, because for 400k, I I think he's so cheap. The fact that he's crashed as well in value, 400k, I think he's such a good card. I mean, you're talking about, yes, there is a difference, yes. Is it going to be that noticeable? It will be noticeable, but not as much as you think. And that's what I'm trying to say. Probably a better option to go with this card. Now, if this card is around about 800k, I think he's appropriately priced. If he's around about 700k, I think he's pretty good. But I think the fact, given his SBC value, it's probably going to be a tad bit expensive. If we compare this to this Atal card, this is one thing I wanted to compare him to, is the Atal card, because Atal looks pretty decent. And Atal, you can argue, although he's not a central card, you can play him in that centre mid role. And the reason why I'm saying Atal is because Atal is 5-star, medium height. Now, obviously, defensively, Renato Sanches would be better, as you can see that from the defensive stats, but you can also see that in terms of just the work rates as well. If we go over scrolling down, there isn't any much comparison. He's Portuguese, so he does get the link to Ronaldo. So, for example, I myself have Ronaldo in my team. So, if I was going to get Ronaldo in my team, maybe it could work out. So that's the benefit of Renato Sanches as well. I'd recommend go checking Audio and Inception XS's review. Their review should be out hopefully by the time you're watching this video. They'll give you a bit more of a kind of a custom view. I'm thinking about slotting him just over there. And I'll probably get someone like Podence here as opposed to Rashford. And I think he'll make a really good combination. Probably send the Sanchez that I have right now. Unfortunately, I haven't got the coins for him, but it's very much something that I'm considering. So I think it is a valuable card if you're going to compare it in that way. If we go over the stats, which is the most important thing at the end of the day, Atal does win in the sprint speed by I would say a lot. 97 sprint speed, 90 acceleration. Atal for the same price is probably very much worth it. Shooting, Atal is better because he's got a 5-star. He does like the shot power, but he's got better finishing. I would personally pay for the finishing overall instead, and that is why I'd probably say Atal is very much underrated card. In fact, I think Atal has actually risen in price since his SBC came out. Let's have a quick look, because I knew when he came out. So yeah, he was 650 when he came out. He's around about 750 now. Completely sold out, and rightly so. If we go over to the passing is definitely in Renato Sanchez's favour. It's not a big deal. I mainly look at short passing. That's the main thing that I look at. Long passing is not that important as people make it out to be. It is important, but not as important. You're not going to notice a +5 difference, realistically speaking. The agility balance, maybe you can give it to Atal very simply, just for the simple fact that Atal is a bit more agile on the ball. If you use Atal, you'll know what I'm talking about. When I've used Renato in form, he does feel a bit more clunkier. That is one thing to bear in mind. But definitely on that realm, I suppose you can say agility and balance. It's kind of a debatable one. I'll probably go more towards Atal because he's got the agility and the balance. Everything else is completely the same, very much similar. It's kind of depending on which one you want. For defensive stats, of course, Renato Sanches does win on that, and he also wins, of course, in the physicality. Atal, I see him more as a cam. Atal, I see more as a cam, a left mid, a right mid. Renato Sanches, I see as a more of a bottom line, pure centre mid. But definitely, I would say a card is worth doing if you do have the coins for him. Definitely worth giving it a try. But that is just a review. It's not worth 8 million, of course. That is just the SPC. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.